Hi everyone, it's Wine Down Wednesday. I'm Donna DePonio, wine advisor with Wines for Humanity, where I help you enjoy fine wines while raising funds for charity. So today we're going to feature one of our wines that is great for summertime sipping. It's our Deal Heart Chenin Blanc, and I have to show you the label because it's so cool. Deal Heart actually means share your heart. It's hard to see, but there is a heart behind those trees and kind of represents what we're all about. We have a passion for wine and a heart for others. So I normally am going to describe this wine through the 5 S's of wine tasting. So the first S is sight. So you want to tip your glass a little bit so you can look at the color, which indicates whether or not the wine is young or not so young. So if it's a light yellow, very pale yellow, or just a very light color, then you've got a young wine. And that's what this wine is. But if the color of your wine was more of a straw color or golden hue, then you've got an older white wine. But today, most of your wines, both red and white, are young. Second S is swirl. So we swirl the wine to indicate if it's a light-bodied wine or a heavy-bodied wine. So if there's a lot of legs, which are these teardrops, there's a lot of legs that stick to the sides of the glass and slowly make their way down to the bottom, you've got a heavier bodied wine. If the legs don't stick and rapidly fall to the bottom of your glass, then you've got a lighter bodied wine. Now with this Chenin Blanc, there is a little bit of stickiness, not a lot. So this is kind of a light medium bodied wine. The third S is sniff, and you want to put your nose almost to the rim of the glass. Keep your mouth open a little bit like you're going to get ready to yawn. Take a couple of sniffs. Now, the reason to keep your mouth open a little bit is to allow those flavors to get on your tongue and you get a better aroma profile. Another way you can get a better aroma profile is to put your hand over the glass and swirl it, kind of concentrates those aromas in the glass. Sniff again, and then you could probably tell a little bit more about this wine. So what are we sniffing in this wine? Definitely getting citrus, a little bit of grassiness in this wine, a little bit of herbs, tropical fruits. It's gonna be a good wine. Okay, the fourth S is my favorite, sip. And you want to take 3 sips and make them small so as not to overwhelm your palate. So the first sip conditions your palate to the flavor of the wine. The second sip invites you to a fuller appreciation of the flavor. And the third sip is now you've established a relationship with the wine and you either like it or not. It's like the 3-rule date. The guy or gal is in or out by the 3rd date. Same with the wine. So it could be love at first sip, or it could be, I gotta get to know this wine a little bit. Similar to the aromas, I'm getting more of the citrus than any of the other tropical fruits. Definitely I get a little bit of sweetness on the tip of the tongue after I swallow it. So, okay, savor is the 5th S, where we're going to meditate on what we've been experiencing in the wine, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it. So it's light bodied. Now I have a 2018. It's got 12% alcohol, but I think the 2019 one has 11. Regardless, it is light in alcohol. The other thing is it comes from South Africa. The grape in it is 100% Chenin Blanc. And it really doesn't need any food pairing, but to enhance the experience with this wine, Mediterranean food, sushi, and any egg dishes. So like a frittata or a quiche would go very well with this wine. So you can even use it as a brunch wine because it's light enough in alcohol with an egg dish that you happen to be serving for your brunch. So a bad pairing for this would be like heavy meat, beef, and dark chocolate, because this wine is too light. It would just drag it down. So I want to give you just a little bit of a wine tip here. Yeah, since we're talking about white wines, the proper serving temperature of white wine is about 55 degrees. If it was warmer, then you would get more of the alcohol and it would mask all of the wonderful fruit and other floral aromas and flavors that may be in this wine. So that's why 55, you would get the best tasting profile of this wine. So if you want to sample this wine along with 6 others, then you want to host a wine tasting, and it is the best deal in town. It is $69 plus tax for up to 18 people, including you as the host. You get to pick the charity, and up to 12.5% of any wine selected at your tasting will go to your favorite charity. And we take it off the bottle price, off the sales. So we giving the charity a little bit more. And then Anton, our CEO, has sweetened the pot a little, and he is so appreciative of you hosting a tasting that he throws in a thank you host gift. And now you get a choice. They are tough choices, let me tell you. So one of them is a beautiful wine heart decanter that comes with 2 crystal wine glasses. That's door number 1. Door number 2 is this gorgeous, very unique charcuterie board in the shape of wine bottles. I like this one especially. Whoops, where's that? This one especially. Gives all the wines. And guess what? These actually come apart so you can have your individual charcuterie boards. And then the slot at the end is actually a holder for your wine glass. How cool is this? Now, the third one is, unfortunately, I cannot show it to you because I drank it. It was so good. It is a Magnum bottle of Prosecco. A Magnum bottle is the equivalent of 2 bottles, and it's a nice, dry Italian sparkling wine. It is to die for. So if you want to host a tasting, and you do, now's the time to do it. People are getting vaccinated. It's summertime and the sipping is easy, so you can relax on your porch or your deck in your backyard. I do all the work and you have all the fun. So you can message me on Facebook. You can email me at vinodeponio@gmail.com, or you can call me or text me at 248-231-0139. Thanks so much for sipping with me. I hope to see you next time. Bye.